that. Oh, you know why? It's because I didn't modify LinkedIn. Let's just go get that done real quick. This is just gonna be a weird one today. Not weird, but this is just like us hanging out on a Saturday. Like if you were here hanging out with me, this is exactly what we'd be doing as we hang out. So that's why I did this. I'm doing a little office project. Let's see if I can get LinkedIn to start. There we go. Hey, listen, this is how it's going to be today. This is a different kind of live today. This is a different one. Yeah. Cancel that. Just making sure I'm live everywhere. You got to click the buttons. Hey, it's Saturday, and hold on. I'm making sure I'm live. Okay, I'm live. So here we are. It's Saturday, and I will probably say this a bunch of times because people are going to come on and they're going to be like, "What is going on with this guy?" Listen, it's Saturday. And I went to the beach today, and I just got back from the beach, and I'm going to do a little project on my office. So that's what I'm doing right now, and I figured you might want to hang out with me while I do it because I'm not going to. This is my live that I'm doing today, my live broadcast that I'm doing today. One of the things that, and I'm in I'm still in like my beach gear. I got beach hair. Don't care, whatever that means. But here's the deal: I am a big fan of gaining focus by removing distraction. That's one of the most important things for me. And it is incredibly distracting to me to have these cables that I have, I really just got one, another one here on the microphone. Having cables everywhere in my office is incredibly distracting for me because I'm moving my chair around, my chair's hitting these cables, and I'm worried about running over them. And so what we're going to do today, you get to do this with me, is I've got the old drill here, the old Bosch drill, and on the drill I have a hole saw. That looks very dangerous, by the way. Don't do this without supervision. That looks incredible. Look at this thing. That would be very foolish to do that, wouldn't it? So I've got that, I've got the hole saw, and then from Amazon I ordered a couple of these things right here, and these are things that I'm going to drill a hole in the desk. I'm going to pop this in. I'm going to feed the cables through it. It's going to neaten up my work environment dramatically, and that's what I want to do. And you get to, if you are so inclined, you get to hang out with me while I'm doing this. And the kids might come in because that's how things go here on the weekends. And I'm just kind of tidying up, making sure that I am in good shape. So somebody says, "This is nuts." I was just logging into. Somebody was just logging into into my learning portal. One of the people that I mentor, Jay Paul. Nice to see you, Jay Paul. Good evening to you in Africa, which is where you live, and I'm so grateful that you're here. And here I am live. So listen, Jay Paul, if you wanted to go and learn, you're probably better off doing that. All you're going to get to watch me do today is screw around here in my office and modify my desk so that I don't have any cables distracting me. And I know that might sound like a little thing to you, not to you, Jay Paul. I know you know because you've been through the success theorem. You know the importance of focus and removing distractions. But everybody else who's watching this, you might be like, well, why is this even important? Well, it's important because this cable that just kind of hangs off my desk and goes across the floor, and I can run over it with my chair. If I have to think about that 10 times a day, that's 10 other things that I can't be thinking about. So I need to focus. Focus is one of the most important things to me. Okay, so enough chit chat about that. I'll talk to you while I'm doing this. Please keep in mind, I just got back from the beach. I was hanging out at the beach today, so I still got the beach look. I got the beach clothes on, whatever. So here's what we're gonna do right now. I have got 2 of these, and I work right there on the desk. And I'm just gonna move this around. This is where I'm normally sitting when you see me. And then my wife, who's part of the business, is sitting right over here, directly across from where I'm sitting right now. And so I'm going to put one of these close to where I work, one of these close to where she works, and then we're going to run some wires through them, and then I'll show you the finished product when we're done. So here are the tools that we're going to be using today. I've got a couple of these, which these come apart. You drill the hole in the wood with the hole saw right there. And then you take this, pop it in the hole, and then you take this, or then you feed your cables up through it, and then you put this in, and the cables come through here, and everything's nice and neat. You ready to go? Let's go. So I'm just going to show you where I'm working. I'm working right here. Here's something else I got. I got a spare one of these, which is the cable for my MacBook Pro, and so that I can have this one permanently underneath the table. The other thing that you can't see is that I got a power strip, and I have permanently mounted the power strip under this table. Now this is not an office desk. This is a dinner table from IKEA, and I like to use it as a desk because I like things to be simple. I don't need drawers or shelves or anything like that. I just need very, very simple. So I have this dining table from IKEA that I use as my desk. I'm going to turn my microphone around, and I'm going to go around the other side of the desk. I'm going to pop this away for right now, just get it out of the way. This section right here is a leaf in this table. So I'm not going to be destroying the table itself. I'm only destroying a single leaf. It came with two. I've been using this table as a desk for years. I don't anticipate ever using it as a dining table. However, in the event that it ever gets used as a dining table, there's still another leaf that can swap out. These things stay in this leaf, which don't get used anymore, so I'm trying to think of the future. So, hope you can hear me okay. I just turn the mic around, go to the other side of the table, where it's easier to work. Some other tools. I have this triangle here. I'm not going to use this, but this makes me feel like I know what I'm doing, having a triangle. Measuring tape, measure, get things in the right spot. Pencil, piece of paper with a little line on it. I'll tell you about that later. So, here we go. This table is 37.5 inches. I'm working in inches because here in the US, that's what I work in. 37.5, so that is 18.75 is the halfway mark. So 18.75, make a little line. Measure it from this side, 18.75, so now we'll do the same thing over here. 18.75. So I want to put these things right in the middle. Double check that from over here. Looks good. The hole that I'm going to be drilling is about just a little bit over 2 inches. Okay, I don't know if you can even see this, but I'm presuming you can. It's just a little bit over 2 inches. So half of 2 inches is 1 inch. So then I'm going to put this 1 inch from the edge. So it's 1 inch from the edge and then 2 inches in, which puts the center point 2 inches from the edge. And I like to work in thirds, so that feels about right to me. I have already taken a piece of paper and marked out 2 inches on this piece of paper because I don't want to use the measuring tape. It's just too clunky for this kind of measurement. And this allows me to get a nice right angle to the edge here. There we go. Okay, can get rid of that. Don't need that one anymore. Good enough. And then over here, do the same thing. Nice right angle to the edge. Make my mark. Get rid of this. Don't need that anymore. And now we're ready to drill. So, hole saw. Moving in the right direction. I'm going to put this part here right on that. And I'm going to go, listen, I'm not a real handy kind of guy. So I'm just going to go super, super slow as I do this. If you've joined late, you're like, what is happening? I usually come here to watch you do like social media stuff. Well, this is Hangout Saturday. We're doing a desk mod. So, okay, so I've hit the desk with the hole saw. And so now I'm just going to slowly work my way through the wood. Wow, that's making a whole lot more mess than I was expecting. I hear a kid calling me. Yes. Oh, that's all right. Oh my gosh, this is making such a huge mess. I did not expect that at all. Oh my goodness. This is going to require a ton of cleanup. I don't know if you can see this.
What are you doing?
I'm drilling a hole in the desk. Oh, I am the mess that this is making is phenomenal. Oh, how thick is this thing? As you can tell, I'm not really this isn't I'm even lucky that I have a drill. So I'm just going to keep going with this because, we've already made the mess. So let's go. This is phenomenal. I feel like this thing should be through by now, but it's not. How thick? It's got to be any second. When am I going to be through this thing? Well, I can feel it on the underside. It's just about to come through. Here we go. Let's just finish this one. I am very nervous. Did anybody else expect this to just go through in 10 seconds? I was I thought we'd be done by now. Let's just carry on. I'm just being super taking my time. I don't know how I'm going to clean this up. I don't even think I have a vacuum that will do this. There's just so much. So all of this sawdust keeps getting caught between the blade and the wood, and that's why it's ratcheting out of it. There we go. All right. Not bad. Not bad. But boy, what a mess that made. Oh, that is just a phenomenal mess. I'm just going to clean this up here right around the edge. I'll clean the rest of this up later. I'm going to have to get a vacuum, I guess, or something. So then I'm going to take this. I mean, I'm sure some of you are watching this and you're like, this is the easiest thing in the world. Why are you even stressing about this? The vacuum showed up. Listen, hey, I don't know. Do you want all this into the vacuum? Should maybe a dustpan? It's fine. All right. Let's see. This is so embarrassing. I don't know how to turn this on. I'm pulling the trigger. What am I? How do you turn this on? I'm pulling the trigger. How? You hold it. Oh, you have to hold the trigger. You hold the trigger and then it starts. What's this do? Ooh! Oh, look at that! Look at that. You get to watch me vacuum. I can't even imagine that anybody would still be watching this at this point. Amy, if they're still watching, I should send them like a coffee or something. Okay, well that's better. Now, here is something that I have realized. I don't know how to shut it off. Here's something that I realized. Because I couldn't get it on and then I can't shut it off. This hole saw is too big for this. I thought I was using the right size. It's the only hole saw I have. So I'm probably gonna get some like wood glue. I'll get some wood glue and I'll glue this in later because that wobble bothers me. I mean, not that it's, nothing's gonna happen with that. So this is just a little bit too big for this. So that's okay. I could probably wrap this in some kind of something, or I can just get some wood glue, and it's still masked off. It still looks really, really good. Okay, I'm gonna go underneath the table, and I'm just gonna make sure I'm not gonna hit anything when I go over here. I'll be right back. When you woke up, there we go. When you woke up this morning, did you think you were gonna watch me do this? I'm gonna check in on everything that's going on. People are, oh my God, people are laughing at me. This is somebody says, is this a woodworking masterclass? Yeah. This is a woodworking masterclass if you never ever want to do woodworking the right way, ever. Okay. We look okay. Everything looks okay. In Facebook, people are like, what are you doing? I am modifying my, here, come back over here. Hello. So I am modifying my desk so that I can neaten up the area and I have fewer distractions. The cables are a distraction. So I'm modifying the desk so that I don't have the cables. I don't want to be able to see the cables. And that might sound a little OCD, or that might sound a little like you've taken it to a level, but every time I move my chair and it hits this cable, that is something I have to think about. Like, did I bust the cable? Did I run over the cable? What's going on? So instead, what I'm doing is I'm going to have it so that I never see these cables again, because I got this awesome replacement Apple plug. So I got this on Amazon, and this serves dual purpose. The first purpose is I just drilled a hole in my desk, so I'm going to feed the cable through my desk. Came in a nice short cable. This plugs in under the desk where I just mounted a power strip. I mounted a power strip under the desk. There was no need for you to see me do that. And so this is the perfect size length for that. And so then I can have this thing plugged in, and then this other cable is going to go in my laptop bag, because I have traveled before and I have forgotten my cable and it has been a nightmare. So now I have a spare. So I got this on Amazon. It wasn't very expensive, and I'm sure it's going to work great. We'll find out. And so this is great. This is amazing. All right, let's get back to this. Let's drill that second hole. The first hole was a little scary. I'm not as scared for the second hole. As you can tell, I'm not a handy person by any stretch. All right, so let's bring this back over here, right about there. I'll move this out of the way so it focuses where it needs to focus. Okay, and make sure everybody's okay. Everybody's okay. Here we go. Let's drill this second hole. What a mess that made. Oh my goodness, what a mess that first one made. All right, here we go. Right here on the spot. I'm sure you are all just loving this. Ready? Here we go with the second hole. I felt like it wasn't on the spot, but it is. Comments all the things I'm doing wrong. It might help me at some point in the future. If you know anything about what I'm doing, letting me know everything I'm doing wrong in the comments would be phenomenally helpful. less nervous with this one because I know what to expect now. There's probably a lesson in there. Almost through. Oh yeah. I can feel it starting to come through on the other side. There's probably something on this drill that I can adjust to make it not make that sound. Maybe that's it. We'll see. Let's see. Nope. That was the wrong way. Maybe this? All right, right through. Voila. Not as scary. I figured out how to turn this thing on. Look at that. It all tidied up. I'm just going to step out of camera for just a second. I'm going to grab another one of these. It is literally like a work of art. It is literally a work of art. So I will secure those in there. I'm really not, I kind of hacked this thing together. I'm really not that worried about it. So now, let's take this. That's nice, that Velcro that I'll use this time and never again. Let's straighten out the cable. This is what it would be like if you lived with me. If you decided you want to come and live with me. I don't know. This thing is really wrapped very nicely. I'm sure there's a easy way to unwrap it. I'm sure I'm never going to figure that out. So I'm just going to. Oh, there we go. That wasn't so bad. Now clearly I can't get this through here, but what I'm going to do. Oh, we're live.
Oh.
There we go.
Dad.
Yes. Oh, did you put your hearing protection on?
Dad.
Yes.
Why don't you
I'll show you.
put in holes?
You hang out for just a second, and I will show you. So, for those playing along at home, I'm underneath the desk right now plugging this in.
And what?
I put a power outlet under there. Oh my gosh, look how great this is. All right, I'm going to clean my work, clean up from my work. If you've hung out with me this long, I am really grateful that you're here. This is the live for today. This is what we got.
Oh.
Do you see what I did?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we come back over here. Let's bring everybody with us. Microphone comes over. Other power goes out. Bring everything back to where I sit, which is right here. Oh my gosh, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Look. Can you see that? So, still got to get that nice and tight in there. This is just the cable from the camera. Let me just get that organized. Bring it back over here. Plugged in. Like that. Now, when I'm sitting here, I won't even see this because the computer is going to block it. Like that's my view from where I sit. And that goes right down there. I'll take Amy's computer and I will get that, take care of that, no problem there. And then here we go. So, back over here, back there. This light is in a weird spot, but oh my gosh, that's like surface of the sun bright. Hang on. Holy cow. Bring that right back down to where we like it. Put it right here. Hair light on. And there we go. I have no idea how many of you actually hung with me through all of this. Looks like I maybe got a little sunburn at the beach today. It looks like I got a lot of sunburn at the beach today. So there we go. This is what we did. Neaten the desk, put a nice little hole in there, and got that cable all tight and put away. And now I don't have to worry about, oh look at, here's the old one. I can take this, pop it in my briefcase, pop it in my laptop bag, and I don't have to worry about this anymore. And now I can move my chair around and not run over that cable, which is going to be a huge improvement in my day. And it might not sound like much to you, but every time that I run over that thing, I got to think about it. Did I just damage it? Did I just unplug it? Now, it's all here. You got to see me back from the beach. You got to see me fumble through a home improvement. It really wasn't a home improvement project. That wasn't really that big of an improvement in the home, but it certainly improved my day. And so there we go. Thank you so much for hanging. I see Cicely says, you want to do that for me? Yes, I would do this for you. Redoing your office studio. That is so cool. Maybe you should do something like this and go live when you do it. Oh, I love this. I've only been living with this for a couple of minutes. I love it already. Not having that cable here or here. Oh, it's just such a freeing experience. And a lot of times, and here's the lesson in all of this, guys. A lot of times, it's those micro improvements that make the biggest difference when you start to stack those things up because they affect everything. This is going to have a dramatic impact on my day. It removes a distraction, which opens up time for me to focus. And that's really the only way you can focus is by removing those distractions. So I want to say I hope you enjoyed this live today, but I don't know. Maybe you did. And I'm glad if you did. All right. Thanks for being with me here today, LinkedIn, and people were here on Facebook. Thanks for being with me here on Facebook today. I'm just checking in, make sure I haven't missed anybody. Terrified of what I'm doing. Everything looks okay. And back over here, oh my gosh, so many people watching on YouTube today. Please, you YouTube people, please come back and watch the regular stuff that we do in the evenings. I'll be here tomorrow. Evening. How long did this take? 29 minutes. Cicely, I got this thing done in under a half an hour. I'll be back tomorrow evening with you, probably around 8:30 or 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow evening, and we'll get you ready to start the week with some motivation stuff, entrepreneurial motivation. Listen, you're probably never going to see me do a woodworking project again, but I did want to spend a little time with you and show you what goes on here on the weekends And it's just all about making those small improvements, and we got that done today. And it is time for me to finish this cleanup and completely neaten this whole area, and then we're good to go. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me here today while I did this crazy project. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys tomorrow evening to get you ready for your week.